Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna do a very laid back, sit down video. I asked you guys on my YouTube Facebook, on my YouTube community page, any questions you guys had for me. And I had several questions from you guys. So I'm gonna be looking here on my screen on my desktop, and I'm gonna try to answer some of these. Some of these are really good, guys. But I'm very grateful you guys sent me some questions. And I did also ask on Instagram if you guys had questions, but my Instagram is having issues with being glitchy. So if I don't get to your question, I'm not ignoring you guys. It's just my Instagram this morning was acting up. So I'm just gonna read the questions on my on my YouTube community page. So yeah, grab some coffee, sit down with me. I'm gonna be drinking a little energy drink. I only have like half a can a day because I am pregnant, and even though I know this is not the healthiest, I need a little pick-me-up. Being a toddler mom and being pregnant is no joke, guys. I am extremely exhausted, and if you hear me out of breath, like, you know why. I am gonna be 6 weeks pregnant here soon, and I'm really excited. I'm just so grateful and over the moon to be growing my family. And I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into these questions. The first question I had, are you going to have more children after this, or are you having just 2 and done? So I have a 14-month-old. He's gonna turn 14 months here soon, a little boy. I love him, he's the love of my life. And I'm pregnant with baby number 2. And it's funny, guys, because I am the girl who never thought she'd get pregnant, never have a family, none of that. And here I am with baby number 2, married, living in Texas in a house. God is good. I am so grateful for all the unknowns, and it's been a blessing, and it's been like a surprise to me. But am I having more children? It's so funny because if you would have asked me that a year ago, like right after having my son and going through postpartum, I was like pretty sure I was done having kids. But now that I've gotten to grow as a mom and grow in love with my son, it's just different now. And you forget all the pain and all the hardship of postpartum and pregnancy. So I don't know if I'm done at 2. I know that sounds crazy, guys, because 2 is already a lot, but we'll see what the Lord has in store. I've learned that in life, you never say never. Like, don't ever say never, because you're just gonna look like an idiot over time. God has a way of swaying man's heart, and he changes our hearts, our future as he wills. So I am open to having possibly 3 kids, maybe 4. I know, crazy, but that also will have to do with, like, if we do decide to have baby 3 and 4, it would be like us being in a better financial place. I definitely want to have my YouTube channel like grown. I don't know what I'm trying to say, guys, pregnancy brain. I would love to have like another source of income, because right now we depend on my husband only. So it all depends on our finances and how God blesses that. Because I don't feel right like bringing more kids if we're not like super financially stable. Even though we are right now, we are blessed, but to grow our family, that would take more money. So it all depends on our financial state and just what God wants to do. So yeah. And then also from the same person, Candace, she said, is Texas y'all forever home, or will y'all move to a different state? That's a great question. We love Texas. We feel like life here is very laid back. People here are like really friendly, and it's really like easygoing. I love how Texas reminds me of like Florida in a way, because there's a lot of trees and grass and lakes and stuff. And then we have the ocean like 2 hours and 40 minutes from us. So I would love to stay here in Texas for as long as possible, but is it our forever home? I don't know, because again, God decides your future. I do love it here, but I do think that maybe in the future, maybe 5 or 10 years from now, we will move somewhere where we have a little more land. I've always been a farm country girl, believe it or not. Don't get me wrong, I love my shopping, girl. Like, don't get me wrong. I would love to have like my Walmart nearby, my Target, my mall, but I would love to have a house with a little more land and have like chickens and my organic eggs, and see my kids run around and have like a little wraparound porch or like a swing. I love the outdoors, guys. So yeah, is Texas our forever home? No, I don't know. Again, I don't know, but I do know that the house that we have now is awesome. And I love it. It's spacious, but I would love a house with a little more land if that's what the Lord wants to bless us with in the future. This question's from Tiffany. Why did you move from the house you were pregnant with Christian at? Sorry if you've shared that before. I'm not on social medias. Oh, it's okay. We sold that house. It was a great house. We loved that house. I mean, I was very excited to find that house because it was like a newer build. It was like 4 years old, that house. But we wanted to sell that house because we needed to pay off some stuff that we needed to pay off. We wanted to use the equity on that home to just pay off some debt and be debt free in some areas, if that makes sense. And then also I wanted to have a house that was more spacious. That house was really small. It was like 1,200 square feet. The house that we have is about 2,100 square feet. It's 2-story, so way more room for us as a growing family. But yeah, that house was way too small. I remember we couldn't have our baby's high chair up because it took so much space, that little chair and the playpen. So it was like no room for us. But now it's like there's room for a play tent and all this stuff. So we're very grateful. But yeah, we outgrew that house pretty quickly. We have 2 dogs and now another baby. So we decided to sell it, take advantage of the market because it's a seller's market right now. And we wanted to sell our home before the market crash, which I think it should be coming here soon. We'll see. I don't know. I do love real estate, guys. It's one of my things that I love. I love buying and selling houses. I love moving up the ladder. It's something that I'm very passionate about. I'm really knowledgeable in. I used to be a real estate agent, and I love real estate, and I love making my money work for me. And there's no better way than real estate to make equity and money. So yeah, that'll be a whole different video if you guys want to know more about that. But yeah, we wanted to take the equity and run. Favorite baby names and how many children total do you want? Guys, I already have a few girl names picked out. I will announce it once I know the gender of the baby. I just want to keep it to myself for a little while. Kinda. But my husband's still on the fence. I'm trying to like win him over. It's different. It's very unique. But I might change my mind again because hormones, guys, it's a real thing, okay? If we have a boy, we already have a name picked out that we both agree on. So yeah. And then again, kids, you already answered that. But yeah, I have a girl name picked out. We don't know if it's a boy or girl yet. I think we find out in week 13 of pregnancy. I'm not really sure. But we want to do a little gender reveal, guys. I'm so excited. I hope you guys watch that vlog because it's going to be really fun. Before we found out, my husband and I, like with those little genetic testings that you prick yourself with, and then like they tell you boy or girl through an email. So we found out that way, and then we did a little gender reveal for my parents. But this time we want the doctor to write it down on a piece of paper, and I'm gonna give it to my sister-in-law. We're gonna do like a little something here at home with our little family, and then I want to film it for you guys, and I want to be really surprised. I'm just really excited to know what it is. I'm okay with like waiting until we have the baby at the hospital to find out the gender, but I am very impatient, don't get me wrong. I probably would change my mind, but my husband's like, no, I need to know. So yeah. Anyways, I need to stop rambling, guys. Ruth said, congratulations to you and your family for another beautiful blessing. I'm so happy for you guys. Oh, thank you, Ruth. And my question is, what are your thoughts about your labor and delivery this time? Do you plan to do anything different? Like, would you want an epidural, no epidural, or would you consider a home birth? What are your thoughts this time with your second pregnancy? That's a great question. My first labor and delivery experience was very traumatic. Long story short, I had, what is it called? An induction at 39 weeks or 38 weeks. I don't remember right now, 38 or 39 weeks. And I went to the hospital. Everything was going great. The induction, all that stuff was going great. The epidural did not take. They did it twice on my back. Did not take. I felt everything. It was awful, guys. And then I had a young nurse who pretty much would not communicate with me properly. I was a first-time mom. I never been through it. And my body was telling me to push. There was a moment where my body was ready to push. And she was telling me like, no, hold it in, hold it in. And then the doctor was super busy with other patients. It was crazy, guys. Now I know, like, if your body says push, put pressure down there until you're ready to push. But my body was telling me to put pressure down there and they were telling me no. So thankfully I called my sister-in-law, who's a nurse, and she's now becoming a doula. So I called her and I trust her judgment and I told her what was going on. She even came over to the hospital quickly to give me some advice. But once I heard her advice and she said, put pressure down there, do what your body feels like doing, that's when I finally was at a 10 and things just progressed. But the doctor and the nurse were the worst. So this time around, I would definitely speak up when something doesn't feel right. Now going through it the second time, I am more experienced and I know what's right or wrong. Would I do an epidural again? I don't know. It depends how I feel. I will definitely not induce. I'm going to try my best to go full term and let my body do its thing. I feel like I was induced and there was so much medicine and chemicals in my body that I had an impacted stool afterwards. Having my baby, like, it was the worst. Like 5 days after having my baby and I was at the house, I had an impacted stool because I had so much like drugs in my body that messed up my stool. So yeah, so I probably won't induce again. I'll just man up and just go all the way and trust on the Lord. And the epidural, hopefully, if I'm in a lot of pain, I will ask for an epidural. If not, I probably will try to go without it. And I would do a home birth, guys, but my husband's against it. He's like, no, like, that's crazy and that's terrifying. I mean, I feel like I pretty much had my son natural because my epidural didn't take. So I'd be open to having him at home, the baby, him, her, whatever. But I don't know, like, I think I would rather go to the hospital because God forbid there was an emergency with the baby. I would want, you know, professionals there. But this time around, I'm definitely speaking up, guys. If something doesn't feel right, speak up. Your labor and delivery should be peaceful and it should be as normal as possible. And if it's not progressing, it's not going good, speak up, ask for another nurse. That's one thing we didn't know. My husband and I, we didn't know. We thought it was normal the way they were treating us. And yeah, definitely speak up. Don't be embarrassed to ask for another nurse and doctor. The doctor was like, you need to wait because I have other patients. And my body was telling me to push. And I was right, because once he came in and I demanded him, like I was yelling, like, get the doctor. I literally had my baby within 7 pushes. So I was ready, okay? And they were making me hold him in and that was ridiculous. So that's one big thing I will change this time. I will speak up. What's your favorite thing about motherhood so far? Oh, I love this question. This is from Candace. What I love about being a mom is just the love that I have for my son and the way that I'm needed. It's just such an amazing feeling being a mom. There's no words. Like, there's days where I literally rock him in the rocker and I'm crying, like sobbing, and I'm praying over my baby. Nothing will prepare you to be a mom until you are a mom. Like, people can prepare you and tell you like, oh my gosh, it's like a love that you never experienced before. Nothing will prepare you guys until you are indeed a mom. But what I love about it is just seeing him, just his personality come out, just seeing who he takes more after. People say he looks more like me, which I agree. Like, I think he does look like me. So yeah, it's just cool to see like a little piece of me, a little piece of me running around and just nurturing him and feeding him healthy foods and seeing him grow, and the love he gives me is just, and I love being a mom. It's just the best. And I love seeing my husband become a dad. Like, he's just really good with him. So it's been an awesome experience, guys. Like, my son is the reason why I'm having another baby. I love him so much that I need more of him. Does that make sense? All right, and then another question from Alicia. Congratulations, thank you. I watch your videos all the time, but I've never commented. This is such wonderful news. I found out myself that my husband and I are pregnant with our 4th child. May God keep them safe. Congratulations, Alicia. Oh my gosh, 4 kids, that's so awesome. Yeah, we're really excited. Thank you. And I hope you have a smooth labor and delivery. And this is from S. What is the most challenging part for you being married so far, and what's your advice for newlyweds? Me and my husband were just talking about this. The most challenging part for marriage, I would say, is like the first few years. I say like getting to know one another and like what makes one tick, what makes one happy. Like, it's just a lot of learning. So that's the challenging part, is really getting to know each other and learning to please each other. So it's just something that's just trial and error. You will learn as you go. So I feel like as you progress in your marriage, you just become more in tuned to what each other wants, or what each other want and needs. But the most challenging part, I say the first year, is just like really getting to know each other, and just pride. I feel like that's the most challenging part. Like, when we have disagreements, it's so important to let your pride down and know that at the end of the argument or whatever, Mona, my dog just came in. Just knowing, like, at the end of a disagreement, like, you're not going anywhere. Like, just humble yourself, don't be prideful, and just try to be understanding and loving. But yeah, and for newlyweds, I would say, like, advice for them, just take time to know each other, get to know, ask a lot of questions, set boundaries early on in the marriage, and then it should go smoothly. And then most importantly, the best advice I'd give is just cling on to God. A marriage without God can be very hard. So I guess, you know, having God in your marriage is like the most important thing, because God will direct your path in your marriage, and he will direct you and just teach you to be a better husband or wife. Hold on, guys. I have my baby over here.
My baby. Hi, my baby.
Look at his rosy cheeks.
Hi, my baby.
No.
Say hi to the YouTube
He's the
family.
reason why we have another baby on the way.
Oh, wow.
He's the best.
Yeah.
We just love him so much, we just had to have another one of him.
Yeah, we want all the babies.
Yeah, maybe 5.
Yes. Okay.
Hold on, let me hold him real quick.
Okay.
Say hi to the camera. He's gonna take a nap now.
Oh my gosh.
Daddy and I look forward to this nap moment because we get 2 hours to ourselves. No, I love you. Okay, all right, you can go now. All right, I'm gonna try to finish this real quick. All right, go with Dada. Bye, Dada. It's nap time. So yes, my biggest advice is if you're not a Christian already, become a Christian, because I'm telling you, life without God is hard. I can't imagine going through marriage without having God in our marriage. I just feel like God should be the center of your life, the center of your marriage. And it's so important for Christian couples to pray together. My husband and I try to make a habit every night before bed to pray together, listen to sermons. Yeah, that brings us close to each other. But definitely my biggest advice is for newlyweds, cling on to God and humble yourselves. Try to have no pride in your discussions, because at the end of the day, you guys are not going anywhere. So you might as well not have pride, and don't get sassy. I struggle with that, guys. I'm Hispanic, I'm Latina. I'm ready to whoosh, but God has been working in me. So yeah. And this is a question from Steph. Hi, Jessie. Congrats on baby number 2. Thank you. I'm so happy for you and Taylor. I love your vlogs. It's like sitting down and having coffee with a friend. Aww. My question is, how is your life different when you were single versus being married now? What are the positives and negatives of those seasons? I'm still enjoying my singleness and often wonder how much my life would change. God bless you in your pregnancy journey. May God watch you over and keep you all safe, healthy, and blessed. Thank you so much. What a great question. I love the fact that I make easy vlogs. Like, I want it to be fun and something for you guys to like watch on the background while you're doing dishes or working out. I know my vlogs haven't been as fancy as like other channels, but I am a mom and I am very busy, you know, so I just don't have the time to edit and put cute little music on like I used to. But I appreciate you guys still watching, because it means a lot to me just to have a community, to somebody to talk to and just share and fellowship. So yeah, that's the point of my vlogs. It's just like easy, effortless. So thank you for watching, guys. It means a lot. And their question was, how different is your life when you were single versus being married now? Huge difference, guys. Huge difference. When I was single, well, before coming to Christ and being single, I was just a party girl. I didn't care about God. That's a whole different video. But then when I became a Christian, I had about 2 years of just seeking the Lord and really learning how to be single and mature. And the Lord was molding me. I was just growing close to the Lord at that time. And it was just an awesome season because my relationship with the Lord grew more than ever those 2 years. And I just had more time. I had more time to read my Bible, pray, do Bible studies, do like a Christian channel, which is Heavenly Treasure. So now that I'm married, I try to do vlogs that I love and incorporate God, because I just don't have the time to have 2 different channels at this season of my life. Maybe down the line, of course, I would love to, you know, focus on both channels again, but time, that's the biggest difference, is time. When you're married, you don't have as much time as you used to. You got to put your husband, God first, obviously, husband, God, family, household chores. And if you have a side hobby, such as YouTube or whatever, it's just hard to squeeze in time. So I would say that enjoy your season of singleness. It both has its pros and cons, but definitely enjoy your season of singleness. Grow close to the Lord, I say. Try to mature as much as you can. Learn what would make you tick in a marriage, and just know what boundaries you would want in a marriage before going into a marriage. Know and understand yourself truly and deeply, what makes you you, before going into marriage. So that's very important. So have all these boundaries and have all these wants and dislikes and deal breakers before getting into a marriage, and make it clear to whoever you're dating or getting to know, so that way there's no surprises. But enjoy your season of singleness. Right now I'm in a I'm right now in a season of motherhood and being a wife, and I love it. It's totally different. So again, before I had plenty of time to myself. I would do my nails, I would work out, I would edit all these fancy clips. I would have time to text my friends and go shopping. And now it's like if you have time to put on makeup, you are blessed. But I wouldn't trade it for the world, guys. I feel like I've enjoyed a lot of that alone time. I really savored it. I was single for pretty much 32 years of my life, got married at 32, had my son at 33. So I really got to enjoy my quality alone time, and I savored it. I got to know myself truly. I dated myself, guys. I would go on dates by myself, to dinner, movies, shopping. I did it all, guys. I traveled, you know, not a lot, but I did get to travel some. and just got to know myself really and got to know God, you know, on a deep level. And now it's just a different season. Again, love them both. But my biggest advice is enjoy where you're at right now, because it will change when you least expect it. I remember I was just single living in North Carolina, seeking the Lord. I was a pharmacy tech. Long story short, I started a YouTube channel, and then boom, met my husband, got married. We started having, we tried for a baby, had our baby, and then things were just so quick. Like things just changed so quickly, which I don't regret, but I'm just saying your circumstance can change instantly. When you least expect it, it's all in God's hands and his perfect timing, and he knows what's best for you. So if you're in a season of singleness and you're still single and God hasn't answered your prayers, just know that maybe his answer right now for you is just wait. He's preparing you. He's molding you. He's correcting things in you. He's probably wanting for you to like grow your relationship with him more before he blesses you with marriage, because marriage can be work, and if you don't give it 100%, you know, it could go south. So yeah, just enjoy your season of singleness. It's awesome, and marriage is also awesome. And then I think my last question is, sorry if I don't get your question, guys, on Instagram. My phone's acting up. LA to LC said, I have been watching you since Heavenly Treasures. I've watched you grow into this beautiful lady inside out. Oh, thank you. It's all God. You have changed so much. I remember when you said you didn't think you wanted kids. So I'm so happy for you and your family, watching your family grow and seeing God's hands on all. It's a blessing. I also live in Texas. How have you adjusted? Are you happy here? Do you think you will stay and raise your kids here? Will you be doing more Heavenly Treasures videos? Love you guys. Many blessings. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, it's crazy because I look at my old videos and I see a whole different person. It's like God has been refining me and changing me, and it's all thanks to him. It's the work of the Holy Spirit. It's nothing that I can do, guys. So thank you for that compliment, because that's what God does. He changes us and he molds us and he grows us and he matures us in certain areas that need to be matured. So it's all glory to God, and I'm so glad that you guys notice it too. But yeah, we do plan on being here in Texas for as long as the Lord wills it. We're open. Most likely we'll stay for a very long time here in Texas because we have both of our parents living here. We don't want to, like, you know, move anyone along. The old Jessie would love to like sell the house now that the market is high and move to another town or state just as nice or even better and get the equity out and, you know, just keep going with real estate. But the fact that I have family here and we have some roots, I can't do that. But we'll see in the future. We'll see. But we have adjusted here. Unfortunately, I don't have many friends here. I just have my sister-in-law, her husband, and her 2 kids. We just now found a church here in Texas, and hopefully we'll make friends there. But I don't have friends, guys. Like I just don't have friends here in Texas. I just don't get out much. I don't have a car also. We're trying to save up for that. I would love to have like a car where I can like do mom play dates or coffee dates with like people from church, but that's a work in progress. Yeah, I want to have a car so I can do all those things. And will I be doing more Heavenly Treasure videos again? Again, guys, I am struggling with time as a mom, chores, running after a toddler, going to church, all the things, cleaning, cooking, husband. So I try to condense my Christian videos with my vlogs. So I try to incorporate my 2 passions, which is vlogs and God. I try to like put out some godly messages into my vlogs, but I would love to do more Heavenly Treasures, sit down videos. It's just right now in this season, I just don't think I can, to be realistic, but hopefully I'll just find a good balance and be able to do that too. We'll see. Again, I will talk about God here on my vlog channel, but doing 2 channels is a lot of work, especially with editing. So we'll see what the Lord has in store. But I think that's pretty much it, guys, for all my questions. I really loved all these questions. They really made me think. If you guys like this kind of video, let me know. I would love to do more videos like this where I sit down and chat with you guys. You guys can grab a cup of coffee. We can just, you know, chat and talk whatever, you know, any questions you guys may have. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love all of you guys. I love interacting with you guys on Instagram. So if you don't follow me there already, make sure to follow me. I'll leave my Instagram handle right here. And yeah, I will talk to you guys in my next video.